What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 22 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to go over the best cards that you guys can pick for your free 90 overall from Release 3 of the Most Feared promo. So these 8 90 overalls were revealed earlier this morning on GMM, and tomorrow when the content goes live, you're going to be able to play through solos and house rules. You can potentially get up to 2 of these cards for free. So we're going to break down all 8 of them, give you everything, all the details on every card that you need to know, and at the end of the video, tell you like the best 1, 2, or 3 cards to pick through. Now, we've dropped these videos for both Release 1 and Release 2, and you guys have been fantastic. The first video got 495 likes. The second video is up to about 489 likes. I need you guys to smash the like button on this video if you guys enjoyed it, if you found it helpful. Let's get this one to 500. We came so close on the first 2. I think we can hit 500 likes on this video. And also, if you enjoyed the content and you're looking for more Madden 22 Ultimate Team content, whether it's just for any promo or Most Feared, anything 22 related, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos, because you don't want to miss them. Let's get on into it. Now let's talk about and kind of lead the video off with how to get these cards for free. So if you have unlocked your Multiverse of Terror solos, and to do so you need to make sure that you play through all of the Most Feared solos. Once you do that, that will unlock the Multiverse of Terror. This is going to give you a bunch of solos, and at this point there are, I think, 6 different sections that you can play through, each section having 50 stars, so there's a total of 300 stars that could be earned right now. Tomorrow, Friday, when Release 3 goes live, an additional 3 sections of solos will be added. That means 150 more stars can be earned. If you've been playing along on these, right, at tier number, I think it's what, tier number 3, you got a 90 overall Release 1 fantasy pack. And then if we move down the list here at tier number 6, you got a 90 overall Release 2 fantasy pack. Well, tomorrow you should be able to earn enough stars to get to tier 9, 360 stars in total, to get a 90 overall Release number 3 pack. And that pack is going to contain the 8 cards that we are going to go through in today's video. Once you get to tier 9, 360 stars, you get this pack, and I'm going to give you the best options to pick out of the cards that are going to be in this pack. Also, tomorrow there will be a house rules event that is going live, and within that house rules event, it's going to be quick games, but you have to win 50 games. So if you want to do it, go for it. Once you get to 50 wins within this Tug of Warlock House Rules event, that is going to give you another free fantasy pack. Remember, these are NCAT, meaning that you cannot sell them, you can't auction them, you can't trade them, you can't put them into collections, or sets rather. It's basically a player that you can either put on your team or quick sell for training, but it is a way to earn a second 90 overall out of the 8 cards we're going to go over in today's video. So let's start out with number 1 here, and it is Keenan Allen. All of these cards, 90 overalls. We're going to do a lot of comparing to other cards that are similar in ranking, and I think this will give you a good idea of, which ones are best for you. Now, if there's a certain position of need, just by all means go ahead and fill that for your squad, but if you're just looking for best player available, I got you covered. Keenan Allen does a lot of things well, but nothing great. So he's 90 speed, a 90 speed wide receiver is not terrible, but it's feeling a little outdated. And remember, these are all attributes before powering up that specific card. Obviously, with power-up strategy items, team chems, these cards are going to be better for each individual, but I just don't think at 90 speed right now he is fast enough. And then Keenan Allen is typically known for good route running, and he does a lot of good route running here. Short 86, mid 87, deep 88. But he doesn't excel at any of them. They're all just pretty good. He does have the route runner archetype, which is going for him, and that gives you the best abilities in the game. But what we are going to do here is just kind of look back 1 week at release number 2, the 90 overall Calvin Ridley that came out, which is another card you could have gotten for free. Well, let's just compare the two. Ridley is +1 in speed. Ridley is +2 in short route running. They both have the same mid and deep route running. So Ridley and Keenan Allen, same mid and deep route running. And Keenan Allen has +1 catch over him. So I'm going to take Ridley, who has +1 speed, +2 short route running, pretty much the same route running, and still has that same route runner archetype. He is shorter than Keenan Allen, but at the end of the day, if you're not a Chargers fan, you probably need to pass on this card. Next up, we got Devin Bush, and this card is really good if you don't have Isaiah Simmons. So a lot of you probably have the Rising Star Isaiah Simmons card, which you got free from playing through your Wild Card Wednesday solos a couple weeks ago. You were able to earn that card. If you compare these two, because they're both middle linebackers, they both have the field general archetype, Simmons is definitely the better card. Simmons is 6'4", Devin Bush is only 5'11". Simmons has 91 speed, Devin Bush 89 speed. They both have 91 hit power, so they're tied there. And then Isaiah Simmons has 89 zone versus Devin Bush has 87 zone. If you don't have Isaiah Simmons, this is not a bad card. Now, I don't use a ton of linebackers. They've just kind of been irrelevant throughout the years or over the last couple years in Madden Ultimate Team. And this year, they're a little bit better. But I do like this Bush card. The one thing that scares me is he is only 5'11". I think with that field general archetype, he can still get the lurker ability. So you'll have that going for him. But, you know, if you have Simmons, pass on this card. If you don't have Simmons and you need a middle linebacker, Devin Bush is not a bad option. Now, this card right here, I think, and I'm kind of giving you a spoiler, I think is the best card out of the bunch. They revealed it on GMM yesterday, and everybody in the chat, per usual, put L's in there without actually looking into it or actually, you know, kind of reading into it, looking at the information that was on their screen. You know how that is on GMM. Everybody just likes to be mad at things. This Everson Griffen card is really, really good and probably one of the options I'm going to take on my No Money Spent squad at least. He has 87 speed, which is tied for number 2 of all defensive ends in the game. The only card that is behind is the Team of the Week KGB, which is 88 speed. And that card is really, really good. So he's -1 there in speed, but 87 speed at defensive end in this game right now is definitely solid. He has the number 10 power move out of all defensive ends, so that's right and left. 89 power move, that's 10th ranking, as I just said. And then when it comes to strength, which I think is important on the defensive line, he's number 8 there with his 89 strength. Now, his finesse move is awful at 82. His block shed is, you know, it's like top 20 in the game for all defensive ends, which isn't terrible. It also isn't great, but I think that combination of strength, power move, and speed, being that it's a free 90 overall card, and the only card that's kind of above this one when it comes to speed is that, you know, expensive KGB card. I think this is a really, really good option for a free card, and I would recommend picking it up if you need help on the defensive line. I don't think there's much to talk about on this Josh Jacobs card. Yes, he is a Raiders theme teamer, and if you're one of the many people rocking a Raiders theme team right now, you might want to pick this card up. But there's just, you know, there's nothing special about it. He's got 90 speed, which isn't terrible. There's a handful of 90 speed and 91 speed running backs in the game. And you know, we just got that Chase Edmonds the other day, which is 93 speed and is the fastest running back in the game. So not awful. His trucking at 91 is really good. That's tied for number 3 of all running backs within the game. But his catching is awful, his change of direction is awful, acceleration is solid. His break tackle is, you know, it's nothing special when you look at all of the other running backs in the game. So I don't think this is a terrible card, but I just don't see any reason why you should pick it if you're going for best player available. It's just not that good, and there's better options out there. Let's move on to the offensive line. We talked about Everson Griffen. I say this all the time, and I will repeat it again. These types of cards, these free cards, these fantasy pack cards, are always great to address your offensive and defensive line, because you can then allocate the coins that you actually want to spend on skill position players like wide receivers, cornerbacks, running backs, etc. So we got 3 offensive linemen within this promo. Release 1 gave us Shaq Mason. Release 2 gave us Joel Bitonio, and Release 3 is now giving us a center in Ryan Jensen. And if we stack him up, we compare him to the other centers in the game. I mean, he's pretty good. 90 run block is number 3 in the game, and 2 of those 3 cards that he's behind, he's the 3rd player in the game, 4th card, but Marquise Pouncey, the legend, has an LTD, and then his legend card are basically 1 and 2, and then Rodney Hudson, which is another LTD card, is number 3 when it comes to run blocking. So this is going to be the cheapest, best run blocker when it comes to centers in the game. As far as pass blocking goes, he lacks a little bit there, 87 pass block compared to his 90 run block. Pass block, he's still a top 10 center in the game. His awareness is number 3, right behind Hudson and Pouncey, who again are LTD cards. And his strength for all centers in the game, which is an 88 rating, is number 5. So I would say this, if you already have like Hudson or Pouncey, which are really expensive cards, you're probably going to pass on this Ryan Jensen. If you have Ryan Kelly, which is a heavyweight not too long ago, at least I think that's his name, the Colts center, he was a free card if you wanted him for Wild Card Wednesday. You know, you can stick with that card, and I think Bruce Matthews, who we talked about yesterday in the top 5 offensive players under 100K, I think Bruce Matthews, 89 overall, is still a really good option because he's got 90 run block and 90 pass block. If you don't have any of those guys and you need to address or upgrade your center, this Ryan Jensen is definitely a card that I think you should pick up as one of your, if not your only free choice for tomorrow's cards. Jordan Poyer, I like this card and don't like it at the same time. I think it's pretty good, right? He's an Eagles legend, so I'm going to be adding him to the Eagles team regardless, and on my main squad, this will likely be the card that we pick up. If we compare him to all strong safeties in the game, number 1, let's get this out of the way. Most of you have Cam Chancellor that's going to be better than this card, okay? But if you rock multiple safeties on the field like I do, you might want to take a look at putting this card behind Cam Chancellor as your backup strong safety. He has 89 speed, which is number 7 amongst all strong safeties in the game. He has a 90 zone, which is number 5 amongst all strong safeties in the game. And then 87 man, which is number 3 with all strong safeties in the game. The only problem with this Poyer card is we can go back 1 week and compare him to Eric Rowe, who came out free card, same position, same overall. Eric Rowe is +1 in speed, so Rowe had 90 speed. He is -2 in zone, so Eric Rowe had 88 zone versus 90 for Poyer, but he's +3, he being Eric Rowe, in man coverage. Remember, Eric Rowe had that 90 man coverage, whereas Jordan Poyer's 87. The only thing that's kind of on the flip side of that is, in most cases, you're going to want your safeties to have better zone than man. So Eric Rowe is a better Eric Rowe is a better man safety versus Poyer is a better zone safety, but they're both pretty well balanced. Eric Rowe +1 speed, so you can take it there as well. They both don't have great hit power, so don't think about causing fumbles with either of these guys. If you didn't pick Eric Rowe, maybe because you went with some other options and you still need a safety, Jordan Poyer is a good pickup. If you already have Eric Rowe, I would pass on Jordan Poyer if I were you. Moving to the other safety, free safety, we have Logan Ryan, and he obviously is a 90 overall free safety, a hybrid archetype here. When it comes to him, compared to all other free safeties in the game, he's 89 speed, which is number 11, 90 zone, which is number 9 amongst all free safeties in the game, and 85 man, which is number 3. So pretty good, right? He ranks as top 10 safeties, free safeties in the game. But if we go back 2 weeks to the first release of this Most Feared promo, you need to take Jeremy Chinn. Now, Jeremy Chinn is taller. He's +2 in speed compared to Ryan. He's +1 in zone and +2 in man. So basically, everything that you need your free safety to do. Be fast, be tall, be good in zone, be good in man. Jeremy Chinn does better. Also, he has better hit power. So unless you're adding him for theme team purposes, I just don't really see a reason why you should be taking Logan Ryan unless you just missed out on the Jeremy Chinn boat. And honestly, I would just go spend the coins on Jeremy Chinn if that were the case, because he's just such a better player. And then finally, they usually say save the best for last. In this case, we saved the worst for last. This Preston Smith card absolutely stinks. He has no speed, right? He's a 90 overall, right outside linebacker, power rusher with 85 speed, which is just not very good right now. He does have, he's a power rusher, and he has 84 strength, so it's not even like strength is good there. The one thing that's good about him is his power move being 88, and I mean, that's like top 15 in the game when you rank all outside linebackers. So his best thing going for him isn't even that good compared to other players. So there's just no reason at all. This is the worst card out of all of them that you should be picking Preston Smith, again, unless it's for theme team purposes, of course. So if we had to really break it down here, I'd say my top 3 cards, and this isn't really in any order, but maybe it is as well if you want to read into it. I think Everson Griffen is probably the best. Ryan Jensen probably tied for the best or second best there. And then Jordan Poyer if you don't have Eric Rowe already. And those are the top 3 cards. I think out of all 3 releases, this is probably the weakest group. I definitely like tier 1, or I'm sorry, release 1 and release 2 cards more than I did here. But you guys let me know who you're going to pick or who you picked up down below in the comment section. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.